Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, into the club. Bottles at the club. Bada, 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 bada. I don't remember the lyrics of that song at all. We're the Queen Slave Video Club. I'm Carson Phillips. That's Daniel Garza. And today we're continuing our 31 Nights of Halloween. It is night 10, 11, 12, 13.
I think
14?
14.
Go read the title. I'll put it in the title. Tonight we watched a very interesting film that kind of reminds us of a favorite of ours, and this was the film The Innocence. I think is it Swedish? It's one of those
Norwegian.
Spicy whites. Norwegian. This movie is really interesting. It is, Norwegian, as Daniel said. He's still laughing. And I think for me, it reminded me a lot of Chronicle, which is, another one of these coming of age kids getting psychic powers. It could maybe remind you of Carrie a little bit in some ways. I was into it, but want to read that log line?
All right, guys. So the original title for this movie is De Eskil
Who's it directed by?
It is.
What's that guy's name?
Eskil Vogt.
Comment down below how we did on the pronunciation.
It's so late. It is so late. Okay, guys, here's the logline. During the bright Nordic summer, a group of children reveal their dark and mysterious powers when the adults aren't looking. In this original and gripping supernatural thriller, playtime takes a dangerous turn. Oh my!
They didn't need. That's a cheesy.
Well,
that's kind of
they did that on purpose.
That's kind of doing a disservice to like the quality of the movie. That's like something Chucky 4 would do.
It was a really good movie. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's horribly disturbing.
Yeah, very.
I do want to say the director of this also wrote the movie The Worst Person in the World, which is a good movie. So I think that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like that one?
I never saw it.
I know you didn't. I really enjoyed this film. Like I said, it does remind me of Chronicle. You have these kids that have these, what would you call them, psychic, supernatural-esque kind of powers, I guess is the best way to put it.
Yeah,
and
like
they can control things with their minds.
Yeah,
mind powers. That's what psychic powers are. But yeah, they at first, you have this little girl and her sister. They're moving into this like little village, this town where they're not at home, they're not fully comfortable with everyone, and they start to make new friends. And you start to notice one little boy they become friends with has a little bit more of some darker tendencies with his actions, especially this revealed very quickly with what happens to a poor animal. I guess this is another movie with trigger warnings. Animals, violence towards children.
Yeah,
I think that's it. Violence towards adults, I guess, if that's a trigger for you. I don't know.
Why that would be.
Yeah. There's some like deeply disturbing stuff in this, and it really explores the idea of like childhood innocence mixed with like, I guess the randomness of children's actions, where they just like do something horrible out of nowhere. Which we all knew at least one kid probably growing up where you're like, there's something off in that kid's head, and we never know like what's going on there. And this movie explores that, but what if those kids had powers? I don't know. I really enjoyed it overall. What are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I thought this movie was going to go in completely different direction, especially because the main like daughter, because her sister has like a disability. I don't know if
she has autism, I think.
Is that what
they
it
say
is?
in the movie?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, and she like on one aspect just pinches her thigh.
I know, was
like,
horrible. And then the little boy
heck?
too, and they're like, oh. Yeah. She doesn't feel pain.
And it just like starts
geez.
like this weird like, okay. But then this movie takes a pretty interesting turn to where you would think the sister was going to be the antagonist, but she really doesn't end up being that.
No, she's just exploring things still.
Yeah, and it's almost like we are the sister. We push these different boundaries. We're trying to test limits and whatnot, but the things around us are the ones like the characters that are around her are really what are driving the story along in a lot of ways. And I was just really pleasantly surprised with this movie. Like the story in itself is pretty in depth. And it's really interesting.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that there was like it feels long. It's only an hour and 57 minutes.
It feels like a mini series.
It really does. It felt like it was like a 2.5 hour, 3 hour movie because there's so much that they do and there's so much that there is going on, but then there's stuff that isn't going on. Here's the deal. In some of these movies where you're like in the position of a kid, you feel like you get lost in time a little bit because you're exploring just as much as they are in the world.
Yeah,
and,
no, that's true.
And then when finally everything starts going down, now all that innocence, no pun intended, is being lost. And
That's crazy.
this movie just took so many different turns that I was just... it was really good. I enjoyed this movie a lot. So, yeah, I really like what they did
almost,
here. And go ahead.
Yeah. I was gonna say, it almost plays more like a drama or a character study, like a drama film mixed with a character study.
Yeah, I agree. On more side, like more of the technical side, I loved the cinematography in this.
Mm-hmm. It's beautiful.
Overall, and then the sets too, where we are, the color is just bright and vibrant. It never really feels like dim or like kind of bland. Like there's kids, the colors are everywhere, right? You kind of get that feel when it's like when you walk into like a nursery or something at church and there's like bright colors everywhere. That's quite literally what this movie feels like, but that's on the surface, and beneath all that you feel like that intensity. And I love the way that they did the camera work, especially the long shots where like the kids are in the balconies and whatnot, and it's like,
yeah, they do that a lot, and then
so
some inverted shots that look beautiful as well.
Like it kind of gave me Inception vibes.
Yeah, I can see that.
Anyway, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, I 100% agree. I mean, I kind of shared most of what my thoughts are, but
okay.
This movie is very visceral in its portrayal of violence. It feels weirdly enough, feels very grounded. Like, I don't know. And then just some of those final actions taken kind of by the one boy are just so heartbreaking and intense, because there's another character and there's another little girl who's probably one of the nicer, sweeter characters in this.
Yeah.
There's a bit of a mystery around some of these things. Like, you don't know what these kids are thinking all the time, but yeah, it's a horrible things happen. It's really upsetting. It still ends kind of in a sweet place though. Like there's something wholesome in a weird way about this movie.
I was gonna say, like, what was your take on the ending? Because I was kind of just like, okay, but I don't know. I might have.
There's something going on about like the way we communicate with our loved ones, and there's something about, I guess, the two sisters are finally more on the same page, even though she might not be able to speak anymore. The nonverbal sister becomes verbal at one point. Yeah. So there's something about the way we can communicate with others and reach out to them, and that's part of growing up, is like, I guess, even if you have someone in your life who maybe has like autism or is nonverbal, you can still have a relationship with them. I think there's something there about like growing up.
Yeah, it was more so the final image. I wasn't really like too like, because it just ends on the sketch thing.
Yeah, I was wondering if maybe she's trying to start to write. I'm not 100%.
I know. I thought all of a sudden she was going to just start writing, like, I don't know, freaking Gone with the Wind.
The moment when her mom gets to actually like talk to her for a second, is so sad, because like, I don't know. It's just, this movie's kind of sad actually.
Yeah, for sure.
It was good though. I highly recommend it.
Tell me why though, when the sister pushes the boy off of the...
It was so out of pocket.
Tell me why though. I was like, whoa! She didn't do it all the way. She didn't come... I was like...
No, seriously, I was like, kill him, finish him.
I know. It was like... I think this movie, I think it is tough when you see kids doing a lot of adult corrupted things. Yeah. This does kind of like... I don't know. Maybe it's because, again, all this stuff goes back to me being a father. Maybe it's because of that.
You have a kid.
Yeah, it just feels weird being like, oh my gosh, like, don't let my kid out. This is where, like,
lock her up.
Yeah, exactly. Like, maybe Tangled wasn't so wrong after all. No, just kidding. But,
gosh.
I don't know. It was just like, sometimes it's scary to see these things, and yeah, maybe it's not about. Never mind. I was gonna try to make a dumb joke. Anyway,
I think this movie nails the scary kid genre very well, because it gets the idea that like the thing that makes kids scary is that they're volatile. That's what makes them scary.
Well, it's also because like kids, they have no filter, and
and they're exploring what it means to be human, and like they don't get it yet.
Yeah, one of my favorite things about this movie was a lot of the non-verbal like things that happen throughout the movie, like not just with the sister's character, but like a lot of it is just pure action. Which one I loved it because it was a foreign film, and then two because it just
like,
it puts more into it in the acting instead of really like I guess dialogue heavy. It's a lot more action heavy, which I just love in movies in general.
There's like really fantastic acting from these kids. Yeah, like it's impressive, honestly. I don't know what they're feeding them over there, but Swedish meatball. Oh, they're not Swedish.
Anyway, any dislikes on this movie?
I really don't. I mean, I guess I wish maybe a little bit more of the movie was explained to us of what was going on.
Yeah.
But that might ruin it too. Like, it's kind of a hard balance, and I really don't know if it would make it better, but I just wish I knew more of what was happening.
I would say for me, this movie is like, it's really good, but it's missing something for me that like brings it into that S tier level where you're like, this is really insanely good. I think it's a really good story. I think maybe because it's kind of a slice of life / coming of age film, that it just doesn't have like
it's
a full
weird
completion
mashup
for me. But it's a really good movie. It's not. I wouldn't say it's like has anything inherently wrong with the film that I was just like nope, but. For me, it was
one of the better ones we watched.
It's one of the better ones we watched. It just wasn't that home run for me where I was like, yeah, that's a good movie. I would definitely watch it again. It was a good one. Okay, cool. Well, any final thoughts on The Innocence?
No, I mean, if I was in this situation, I'd just kill the kid. So.
Yeah, I would say this is probably about a 3 out of 10 for me. I'm not too scared, especially if
they're mostly messing with kids.
Yeah.
Although, imagine if you're the one mom who got mind controlled.
Yeah.
That's pretty awful. That could be its own movie, honestly.
Yeah, it really could. Anyway, guys. All right, well, that's going to do it for The Innocence. Kind of a mild movie. Again, it's on AMC Plus, Prime Video.
Shudder.
Movie. I think I watched it. No, I watched it on AMC.
On Shudder.
Anyway, guys, well, that is the 14th day of 31 Nights of Halloween. We are... No, it is. I'm looking at the list.
Oh, you counted?
Yeah, so tomorrow we are at the halfway point of 31
Wow.
nights. Dude, that feels like it's going by quick. I'm not going to lie.
I hope it's a good movie tomorrow.
I hope so too. Well, I'm excited to watch it. No, I'm just kidding.
Same clothes.
For the last 6 days. All right, guys. Well, you know what to do. Go smash that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up. Leave a comment. And go give us 5 stars.
Even thumbs us down. It does something,
please, literally just do something. Ultimately, subscribe. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for sticking around, and we'll see you tomorrow for another movie. Be kind, rewind. See you tomorrow. Peace.
Peace.